this is Miss Walsh, your friendly saxophone teacher. I am going to do a playthrough today of Rubank, page 31, which is lesson 30. And I'm just going to start with playing it straight through. Okay, so let's get into it. Number 1, we're going to get our metronome. Let's see, pick a good tempo because now we've got fast 16th notes. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, number 1, we're in the key of F. Okay, get ready. And 1, 2, ready? Okay. Now we'll do number 2. This time we're in the key of C. Let's see if I want to keep the same tempo. Yeah, let's keep the same tempo. Number 2, get ready. And 1, 2, ready? All right. I'm going to scroll down a little so we can both read. For this next one, I think I want a slower tempo. We've got 3 flats. That means we're in the key of E flat. Da, da. Yeah, a little slower. Those flats really mess everybody up. Okay. All right, key of E flat. We've got B flat, E flat, and A flat. And I'll bet it's the A flat that trips you up. So make sure you look at those and highlight them. Okay, get ready. And 1, 2, ready. Right, and just because it's an exercise and not a real piece of music, that doesn't mean you can't do some phrasing. Maybe a crescendo if you feel like it. Okay, let's go to number 4. I think maybe a little faster. Number 4 is tricky because everyone gets complacent in the first 2 measures. And then when those 16th notes hit, it's panic time. So you have to set your tempo for the 16th notes, not for the dotted half note. Okay? Let's see if we like this tempo. Yeah. All right. So the slower measures are going to feel slow, but that's okay. Okay, so number 4, key of F. We just have B flat. Let's give it a try. And I'll give 3 beats before you come in because it's 3/4. Okay, ready? And ready, set, play. now that I played it through a little bit, let me go back. Let's see if there's anything I can think of from a teacher perspective that students might need to know about, things that people tend to get wrong. In page 30, I mentioned that right around this area, we start getting bogged down with the 16th notes, meaning we can't articulate that fast yet. So it's hard to get these 16th notes to come out. So once we're in this area from Rubank page 30 and onward, I think you should add in some daily practice with 16th notes. And you've got to try some new stuff. Whatever you're doing right now to tongue, you've got to try some other things with tonguing, or it's just never going to get all that fast. So one thing is your tongue should kind of raise up. If your tongue is just kind of at a low position all the time, the air pressure is not going to be high enough to get that tongue moving. Now, this is my opinion. I don't know if other teachers agree with me, but in my opinion, having high air pressure in the mouth makes it so that the tongue can sort of flap up and down. Instead of it being a muscle in the tongue where you're kind of moving the tongue up and down, it sort of flaps against high air pressure. The air pressure is pushing it down. So what you're trying to do is push it up enough that it just kind of goes back and forth. But you're not trying to push it up and down. Does that make sense? So I just know that when I kind of get into more of like an E position with the tongue where I feel it go up towards the roof of my mouth, I get faster and faster. Let me try and demonstrate that. Hopefully I can do it. So without air pressure, so I let my tongue be kind of like flat, and I really could not get the speed that I want, and it sounds bad. I mean, low air pressure is like, ugh. It sounds, intonation is bad. It just is not good. So, do you hear how it kind of closed up towards the end? That's my tongue going up. Okay, when I sound like that, I think that's when I can go faster. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm kind of playing around with it, but I think I could get faster once I kind of, it's like you're putting pressure on that air. Okay. Also, if you're doing this, for sure, don't put your whole tongue on the reed. Don't have like a half inch of the tongue on the reed. You get thunks when you do that, and you can't do that fast. It's got to be the very edge of the reed. I'm sure I'll be putting up articulation videos, but that's really important. Okay, this first one is not a whole lot. It's a simple pattern. You pay attention to when notes are the same note. If you have 3 notes in a row that are the same note versus notes that are changing. On line 2, measure 2, pay attention to the fact that it's a sequence. So you go down 3 notes, and you go up and then down 3 notes again. So just look at the patterns. This one's pretty simple. Same with the next one, number 2. For number 2, I hear this as, it kind of sounds like a Disney song to me. It sounds like it could be in a cartoon. So I don't have much else to say about it, but maybe try shaping it a little bit. La 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 la, la 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 la. You know what I mean? Like, make it kind of dance a little bit. That's all I'll say at that one. Number 3, I mentioned this already. I bet it's going to be the A flats, because you've probably done B flats and E flats already. Whatever the newest sharper flat is, that's the one you've got to pay attention to. So go in and sandwich all of those A flats, which means you play the note before, you play the A flat, and the note after, and it's like a little A flat sandwich. Okay, so the first one would be in measure 1. It's G, A flat, G. So just play those 3 notes. Okay. Yeah, and try not to have any blips in between there. Just make it as clear as possible. Then add the notes around that. Okay, so you start by finding each A flat and then playing just around those notes, maybe expanding out slower until you've got the entire measure going on. If you need to do that for B flats too, go ahead and do that. And you've got some similar sequences here. Measure 3, you've got G, F, G, F. I've had a lot of students where we had to just focus on G, F, G, F in measure 3. You got okay. What you want to do is like we want to maybe keep going to E flat, just kind of do a scale, but you've got a pattern of two notes that are in a row. So, pay attention to that. Just look for patterns. When is it all in a row? When is it repeating something that you had before? Stuff like that. And then the last one, exercise number 4, I mentioned again, it's like every measure, there's a whole different rhythm to pay attention to. It starts off really long, and you always want to play longer notes in a tempo that you think sounds good for longer notes, but don't do that. Play the longer notes in a tempo that works for the faster notes. So don't, because I hear it all the time. It's like, this is what I hear. Like it's like totally different tempo once you hit the 16th notes. You have to hear the 16th notes in your head before you play the first measure. So that's what I did with the metronome myself. I went, okay, I can do da 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 da. That's the tempo in the beginning, and you have to stick with that tempo even if it's boring. If you're bored, then just focus on the tone quality in that case. All right. Okay, I think that's all I have for this page. Keep practicing hard. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.